Okay, thank you very much for being with us today. And we did the upper chakra energy centers um, a few days ago, and hopefully that's posted. And we're going to work today on the bottom ones because the bottom ones are the ones that are usually assaulted in any kind of dysfunctional household. The lower ones are the ones that get thrown out of kilter, and we need to bring them back into a state of balance. And we'll run through all of them, but we're going to work particularly on those lower ones. This helps balance any kind of craving or need that you're having because it helps you understand where it came from. It helps balance your lack of energy. It helps balance how you keep your environment because what's going on in your mind is going on in your life. It's going on if you have a lot of clutter around, then chances are your mind is cluttered. If you have issues with other substances, chances are there's something that you're missing in your internal needs. Sometimes it's just an opportunity to be quiet, an opportunity to heal. So, we're going to take a look at that today from a very comfortable place, from that daydream like state that allows you to look into your feelings more clearly without needing to poke yourself in those feelings. We just let what is really there come up naturally because that's the thing your subconscious wants to work on. The thing that doesn't come up naturally or comes up artificially from prompts and things may not be what you really need. So when we look deeply into ourselves, we find out what we require. That's what this is for. So just begin to relax. Find a comfortable place to stretch out. And begin relaxing your body in those obvious places that you know you hold tension. Just let it go. And this is your time. Show it the respect that you deserve. Give yourself a few minutes to bring yourself back in order. Everything else falls in line when you have yourself in order. You might begin by wiggling your toes just a tiny bit so they're in the perfectly comfortable situation that feels good to you. Kind of tense the top of your foot, in your arch, in your ankle. And then let those muscles soften. If there's any discomfort in that area, let the discomfort soften. Let it just get soft around the edges so it can blur out and disappear from your body right now and go into a healing place. There might be a gentle fog that begins moving up over your feet, like a warm mist off of a creek or off of a lake. That mist that sometimes clings to the surface of the water. And it just relaxes the muscles with each movement as it goes up into your calves. You might tense those calves just a little bit and then relax them completely. And you begin to learn that if you tense muscles that are already tense and hold them tight for about a minute, you can relax them and they will relax thoroughly. They want to relax. This is the time to let them relax. And as that softening, blurry feeling as you just step away from anything that's going on with your upper legs or your hips, it just begins to blur and soften. Any discomfort seems to just drift away into that mist. So it becomes part of it. Relaxing is the first key to health. It's a very important part of meditation because it allows you to go deeper into yourself, deeper into your true self, and find the things you need to know. And you can relax those muscles in your thighs now and move up into your hips, especially your low back. We also have any sensation from kidneys in the low back. So sometimes people have aches and things there that they're not even aware of. Sometimes in Western medicine, we don't look at some of the connections, but in Eastern medicine, they look at the kidneys as something that holds anger. And that's exactly what happens with this lower energy center work. Sometimes we have bladder problems where we feel like we need to go every time we get nervous, or sometimes bowel. All of those things that become medical conditions are actually things that can be helped by these lower energy centers. And of course, you take care of anything medically that requires it. But this is an adjunct to that, a very helpful friend that comes along to start the healing and give you enough energy to do what you need to do, whatever that may be. So relax your muscles up to your waist. Begin by tightening your low stomach and kind of rocking your hips forward. Don't let it pull to lift your chest. Just relax your low stomach and tighten those muscles. Tip your hips forward. Flatten your back on the surface. Just a gentle rock forward and tighten the muscles in your butt. Those are some of the biggest muscles in your body, and they help with circulation and getting rid of old stuck material in your body. So when you tighten and hold, in just a minute, you'll notice how good it feels to relax those muscles and to let any negative energy from your lower body just flow out. Just be carried away on that current of fresh nutrition and oxygen that those hip muscles provide. This is real physiological work. It genuinely helps your lymphatic system. Those are sometimes the things that make us feel tired or disinterested, is because we've overworked our adrenal system. We've overworked our lymphatic system. We're run down. So tighten those muscles, make them even tighter, and then relax your hips and relax your low stomach muscles. And feel how everything releases, how it softens into that area. And that's in the area of the first energy center. The first one is all the way at the base of your spine. And it's a beautiful ruby red. That red color is healing to that energy center. So pick the most beautiful red you can imagine. And as you begin to open that energy center, there's a white energy that comes from the universe. An amazing white light that ripples with shades of other colors because it contains everything. And it begins to come down and move down through the top of your head and all the way down through your body to the end of your spine. And all of a sudden, you'll notice a rich ruby red in that area. I'm going to count to 3. When I say 3, that energy center just lights up. That white light empowers it. 1. Getting ready now to feel that energy in your lowest energy center. 2. What will that feel like? It'll feel like warmth or tingling or movement. It'll be a pleasant feeling, and it just causes comfort to come in and get you ready to look at whatever situation has caused trauma there. You may or may not know. Or you may think it's one thing and it's really other things too, or different things. So it doesn't matter. It just matters that we see the truth. And here comes that white light on 3. Simple as 1, 2, 3. That beautiful deep red lights up with energy that carries strength throughout your entire body. And it almost is like a bubbling cauldron. Some people call it Kundalini. It's a source of heat and light to your body, of warmth, energy. When we don't have any energy, that isn't working so well. It begins to bubble with energy, bubble with life force. And that white beam of light continues strengthening all of your energy centers as it focuses on one after the other. Focuses on that first one that grounds you to the earth, that is your connection to life, your connection to happiness, the energy to create, the energy to heal. And as it's ready and empowered, it begins to bubble upward towards your low pelvis. And the flames from that bowl of light, some people call it the dragon's breath, as it flows up, Deep in your pelvis, a rich orange begins to light up. And that orange center, that's in charge of your creativity. You might think of it as a lot of where your inner child lives, because that is your child playfulness, your child ability to just let creation come, to let yourself play instead of work so hard at what you're doing. You might decide as a result of this to move some things around, to clear an area, or to eat some beautiful food with pretty colors, plated up in a way that's pleasing to you. But it frees your creativity. You might want to sew, or you might want to do work with clay, or you might want to write. You might want to just sing or put on some music and dance around your house. Whatever your creativity is, this is where the energy lies. This is its home. And the energy of the red seems to just gently move up into the orange, not taking it over, just empowering it. Because all of these things need to work together. If there's a harsh word or a harmful circumstance, pretend right now that you can see one of those energy centers and imagine one of those harsh things of life that's trying to come in from the past. It is past. So it doesn't live there all the time. It's just trying to come in. See how it disrupts the energy in those places. See how it disrupts the fundamental happiness of your sexuality. It doesn't have to be a sexual trauma, but any of that harshness is a blow against that area. And you can see how it disrupts it. You can feel the disruption. You might even hear, instead of the clear bell of sound that would correspond to that energy center, that beautiful clear bell may be muted or knocked off pitch. Somehow there's a lack of balance there. You look deeply into that red and orange connection and find what needs to be balanced. Find the thing that needs to be gotten rid of. And this may be things in your environment. This may be substances, circumstances, people, activities, thought patterns, old ideas, old outworn ways of being, of acting. Maybe it's time we let that go. And as you imagine those colors becoming bright and clear, being fed from that flame of energy inside you, as they become bright and clear, it's a notice to your subconscious that your body wants to go into partnership. It wants to be partners with your subconscious, and it wants to listen, and it wants to express itself. And whether it's your subconscious or your body that is speaking at the moment, it lets the other partner of yourself, the body-mind connection, it lets that partner know that you are willing. That you that says, I feel or I think, that I part that observes everything. Anytime you make a I statement or I feel or I think, you're actually speaking from that center of yourself, the true self, that's just observing all of the other parts. And that's a good place to come from because it's the real you, and it may be closer to how you really feel than anything else you thought. Because thoughts aren't feelings. Things happen, they become thoughts. We respond with a feeling, and then we have to, that's where we get stuck. Then we need to figure out what we want to do about those things. So imagine those energy centers and anything that you want to get away from, anything that you want to stop in your life. And it can just be a symbol. It can be an ugly color. It can be anything that is disagreeable to you. It may be a person. Maybe a person from way back in your life. It doesn't matter. Whatever pops up, just look deeply with those subconscious eyes and communicate to whatever this is. You are old and past. You never belong in my present moment. You simply aren't a part of my life now. And I'm willing to let you go. I'm willing to let you go so I have a better life right here and now. And it just begins to move away from you. You can pretend that it's just moving away from you. Sometimes people hear footsteps walking away. It's like that's your trauma walking away. That's the thing that hurts, walking away. That's the obstacle to what you want to do with your life. Just walking away. You may see those footprints as it left, or you may hear the sound of their shoes. The air may even clear and a sweetness about it begin to come in. All of your sensations develop awareness that this problem has moved away from you. Just like magic, it left. And here you are sitting at peace, looking at those beautiful colors, feeling them surge upward in an energy that you possibly have never felt. The next energy center begins to vibrate with a beautiful golden light. And that white light is still pouring down from above and through the top of your head, pouring down and still healing the first and second chakra, bringing them into balance where they do what you need them to be doing instead of doing whatever they thought they should do. Because it isn't the same thing. What your natural inclination is one thing. And that's what we're reaching for today. What your programmed information is another. That's what we let go of today. And the energy that's empowered by that majestic divine light is the third chakra, the energy center of life that is the way that you contact the rest of your life. Problems in that area can cause stomach issues. It can cause upper intestinal issues. It can cause a lot of problems in your body. I believe it's where anxiety stems from. Feelings of inadequacy or not knowing how to move forward in your life. It's the thing that actually reaches out and connects with the rest of your life. Gather that rich, bright yellow like sunshine, like lemons, like gold. Sometimes people put a gold stone over their solar plexus, something like pyrite or one of those little pyrite patties. It's just a gold, not very valuable mineral, but it's golden and sparkly and energetic. Sometimes people that have been injured in this area will say, oh, a tiger eye. Look how the yellow and gold moves through it in the light. And they're very attracted to tiger eye too. You might want to secure a small stone and just lay that on your solar plexus when you meditate. Heal your connection with the outer world. Heal it. You are the only one that knows how to do that. No matter what anyone else says, you are the one that takes information in and applies it. Maybe you've been taking a lot of information in, but you haven't applied it because sometimes it's too much. So pick one thing. This energy center also helps you focus. Pick one thing and decide right now that you do have the energy for it. It may be just putting something away. It may be letting go of any habit or pattern that you have. It might even be something you've never thought of as a problem, but it's part of it and you don't know about it yet. But whatever pops up in your mind, maybe it's time to release that. You never have to unpack the entire closet of problems. You only have to deal with one at a time. So draw in your energy, focus it on that one thing, and begin to rise above it. Begin to lift and rise in your energy. And those three lower chakras, three energy centers, are balancing now. You can see where they pulse evenly on the right and left. If one of them is bigger than the others, then make it a little smaller or make the others a little bigger, because it's very important that they be balanced, that they be energized to something similar to each other, because it's important for that vibration and that beautiful color that symbolizes that energy moving from one to the other. When one becomes too dominant, it can seem to be an immovable force in a person's life. So it's important to keep them balanced with themselves and with each other. And all of a sudden, there's a sense of harmony. And something is saying, I really don't have to know everything that is wrong with every place and every person. I do really need to get about my own journey. I need to begin doing the things I say I want to do. I do them without thinking about them a long time, because a lot of times the thinking and writing and all of that takes up all the time I have to actually do something. Sometimes my mind just simply says, just do it. Three little words, just do it. You'd be amazed when you stop mulling it over mentally, how much energy you save. We can wear ourselves out mentally, and we choose to stop that. We choose to be on a spiritual page mentally and a physical page with our body. And they cooperate. It's important and vital that all of the energy centers cooperate with each other. Symbolically, you don't even have to know what it is you let go. But you'll notice in the next couple of days, and know that it happened here with the thing that you just chose to do. I'll count to 3 again. Know that that's happening. 1, that decision is made somewhere deep in your subconscious. You might not even be aware. And the choices are made physically of what you are able to do. So 2 is what you do. And then all of a sudden the energy is released to do that, and you can pretend you are doing the very thing you've thought of before with the number 3. Doing it well, perfectly, and you feel good because you've got this. You are completely capable. That feels wonderful. So with those energy centers balanced and moving in harmony, we're going to move up a little bit more with that white energetic light from your higher power, from divine source. However you think of that, going down through the top of your head and at your heart, this beautiful green begins to show. This beautiful green energy that is serene. Green is serene. You can imagine that green on a beautiful forest, verdant green mountainside. While you're doing your mountainside, you may begin to think of other things, other colors that come in, other beauty that you're creating right now. And if you aren't, begin right now. Pretend that that is part of your consciousness. And move up a little more from that glorious green. We need a lot of green. That's why our higher power puts so much green in everything around us. We're supposed to have a lot of that color. And that energy balances. And another big ray of that light comes down. And we already did this image, but we're refreshing it right now. The light comes down and all the way down, energizes and balance comes to every energy center as that deep red and orange and yellow bubble up and join. They use it as an energetic highway to empower every part of you. Every part of you drinks in its power, drinks in its origins. That feels very good. And that next light comes down to your throat. The throat blends very nicely with the heart because the throat is blue. And that lovely blue energy, that lovely blue energy allows you to communicate kindly and gently, allows you to speak a truth in such a soft voice that people begin to understand how vitally important it is to speak and communicate how you truly feel. And that has nothing to do with another person. Usually they've just said something that reminded you of something else, and that became a problem. So allow your communications to be your deepest truth underneath of the camouflage we put up, masks that we may wear, the masks that say, I'm really hurt, or I'm really angry, instead of saying, I feel like I don't understand what this is about. I would like for us to talk more about it so I can understand your viewpoint. Because a lot of times we think people mean something and they don't mean that at all. We've all experienced that. So find the truth and speak it. A simple statement, I feel, whatever you want to say. I feel tired. I feel energetic. I feel focused. I feel however you feel. Let that be your descriptive word instead of I'm just angry or I'm just anything. Your throat is a very important energy center because it balances your heart and your mind, your logic. When you move into that next area, you find that that light comes down, energizes your brow, the area just between and above your eyebrows. And a beautiful indigo light there begins to connect you spiritually, connect you with whatever your belief is, connects you more beautifully and on a deeper level than you've ever experienced. That flows down through your body as well. It becomes energized from those lower energy centers. And right at the top of your head, that gorgeous white light, white because it contains all the light spectrum. If a white light is put through a crystal prism, it splits into rainbows, all the colors. So that's what we want. What do we want? We find that clear focus in our connection with our higher power. Our higher power guides us. It speaks to us when we're quiet, when we're in this meditative state, and we can say, yes, what do I want? What do I really want? Sometimes that's the most important question. Sometimes it's even more difficult and more important than how do I get it? It's just knowing what we want. It's knowing that we want to stand up. We want to journey to someplace beautiful. We want to eat food. We want to what do we want to do? What do we want to have? And as you picture yourself with all of those energy centers lit, all of them empowered, you find a freedom to move, a freedom to do, to act. All the obstacles are taken away. There's nothing stopping you except yourself because you're the only one that is right here, right now. You have the power to create movement in whatever activity you choose. You have the freedom that you choose. Let that white light bathe your entire system and all the energy centers light up evenly, even in size and even on the right and left. Frequently give yourself this meditative state. Very good. You're doing this. You've got it. That's excellent. You are the one that has created this. And if you can create these energy centers and fill them with that radiant cosmic light, you can do anything else. You've already done this. And because of that, you see that you can do the next thing. That's amazing. The beauty that comes out of your mind. You can applaud yourself for doing a good job. Very good. With those energy centers now at a happy medium state of open, not too far, not too little, they just begin to thrum almost with an energy. So your whole body feels better. That's it. But remember that those first three, the red, the orange, and the yellow, are the ones that have taken the impact of any trauma in your life. Bring yourself now to a state of awareness where that light body settles down with your physical body on that comfortable surface beneath you. And in just a moment, when I count from 1 to 5, at the count of 5, open your eyes to all of your possibilities. Open your eyes to what you need and what you can do to start immediately on that path towards it. That's it. Number 2, just begin to take a deep breath. Number 3, let all your weight be on that supportive surface beneath you, because we always lean on things that support us and never on things that don't. With the number 4, just take a deep breath. Feel the need to stretch, move around a little bit. And number 5, just open your eyes, wide awake and feeling wonderful. All the way back, wide awake and feeling wonderful.